All right. Hey guys. Tonight I'm going to talk about something that everyone probably on this call has already dealt with. Probably if you started a week ago or if you've even been doing this for, years, you've definitely dealt with this stuff. So I know I've dealt with it probably more times than I can count, but I don't think too much of it. So I'm going to talk about objections and haters, which are kind of different, but you're going to get some of both of that in network marketing, social marketing, in that kind of business model. So I'm going to start with just haters. So I'm going to be pulling a little bit from this book, You Are a Badass, because it's awesome and it's like totally, I don't even know the word. It's just like, it's life-changing. And I'm only on like chapter 6. But before you even, basically as soon as you begin, as soon as you start your products, as soon as you decide that you're going to do this, you need to make a mental decision. So in this book, she says, before doubting yourself or before, completely giving up on something just because, there's a hater who's talking bad about it or about the products or about the business or whatever it is, before giving up and, forgetting why you started this, you need to ask yourself some questions. And those questions are, is this something that I want to be, do, or have? Is this going to take me in the direction that I want to go, not should go, by anyone else's standards, but is this going to take me in the direction that I want to go? And is this going to help others as well as myself? I personally can say that Plexus is going to do all of that for me, and it already has been doing that for me. So ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself why you started this in the beginning, what your why is. Maybe it's to be a stay-at-home mom, or maybe it's just to have freedom, financial freedom, freedom to travel, freedom to, make your own hours. Maybe you just really want to help people and just share about Plexus with as many people as you can. I'm a little bit of all of those, but you really have to stand firm in your why and always remember that why before you even let any other people get to you. So I'm going to just read a couple little statements that she said in here. And this is something I feel like is just so, it's not true for everyone. It's kind of a generalization, but I feel like it's definitely a part of the reason why so many people get mad when people join network marketing or they start their own business or they do something that's different than what most people are used to doing. She said, watching someone else totally go for it can be incredibly upsetting to the person who spent a lifetime building a solid case for why they themselves cannot. So I feel like that's really, for a lot of people, it's intimidating to see someone, especially if you're super confident and you're not going to let anyone get to you like you should be. It's really intimidating for them to see someone just go for it and just to forget about, what everyone else is doing, what everyone else thinks we should be doing. There's nothing wrong with, going to school and getting a job if that's what you really want to do. But, for me personally, I think this is the best way for me to, have a career. It's the best way for me to live, having kids and wanting to travel and doing all the stuff I want to do. It works for me. So for a lot of people, it's just kind of intimidating, and it's just kind of like, a blow to them because they're like, wow, like so many people are doing this. I'm not doing this. I don't know if I could do this. And like Sarah says, those people that are like your biggest haters and biggest skeptics, they secretly want to do it so badly, but they probably just don't want to, get on the train that all these network marketing people are getting on. But there's a reason why we're all on this train, because it's awesome and it's just the best way, I think, to make a career for yourself, be your own boss. It's just awesome. So then another little snippet. She said this, like every single page on this book, honestly, is something that is just so good. Okay, she said on page 66, she said, you are responsible for what you say and do. You are not responsible for whether or not people freak out about it. So just remember that you have your own life, and it's not whatever anyone else thinks about it has nothing to do with you, and it has everything to do with them. Life is it's 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So, if there's going to be a bunch of people lining up at your door, making fun of you, calling you out, saying that you're not going to succeed, or saying that this is a pyramid scheme, or whatever they want to say, if you just don't react to it, or you react to it like as mature as possible and as confidently as possible, the next day it's going to be like that didn't even happen. So another movie I talk about all the time, it's a book also, and I'm going to read the book eventually, is The Secret. So if someone's coming at you with all of these negative, or multiple people are coming at you with these negative statements, or, just talking badly, you can just simply delete that and get it off of your page, because when you want to attract positivity, you want to attract people who are encouraging and who are uplifting. You don't want any of that stuff on your page. You don't want that stuff even in your life. You don't need that negativity in your life. So if you just, I made a list of like what's yes and what's no. So no is drama. You don't want to have any drama, especially in public where other people can see it. You don't, hold on, is that Cassidy? I'm not sure. I think so. Okay, I'm gonna mute it. So no drama. You don't want to have drama out in the open, because as soon as you post that first post that you're a Plexus ambassador, your page, you become a business person, and your page is where people go. Like, that's like your storefront where people are going for your business. So you definitely don't want to have like drama all over your page, drama within your team. You just don't want that in your zone, right? Especially when it comes to Plexus. So no drama, no defensiveness. So we don't ever need to feel the need to defend Plexus. This is one of my weaknesses. So I'm learning as I grow, as I try to lead you guys. I need to work on this also, but you don't ever need to feel like you need to defend Plexus. It's hard for me because like I know how amazing it is, and I want everyone to understand that. But there's a point when it's better just to bless and release, and just to be confident, and don't defend it. You don't need to defend it. We know how good the products are. We know what's in them. We know that this is not a pyramid scheme and it's not illegal. We know all this amazing stuff about Plexus. So don't ever be, I know, right? It's hard, especially with like these trolls who just want to they want to get the upper hand, and they want you to quit right then and there because of their comment. So just don't let them get to you, and just try not to get defensive. Delete the comment and maybe take it to a message and say, hey, I appreciate your concern, but this is my business now and I'm really excited about it. So I'd appreciate if you would keep your negative comments off of my page, and you can send me a message if you want to talk more about it. I'd love to fill you in. So don't be defensive. Negativity, kind of the same with drama. You don't want to have negativity on your page. Try not to be, negative Nancy all the time. We're the health and happiness company. So we kind of want to try as much as we can to be that in real life. Just like you want to be a product of the product, you want to be what Plexus stands for, which is health and happiness. So I know that there's days and there's weeks and there's times when you're really down and stuff is going on and you're stressed out, but it's best not to post about it and let the whole world know. That's just like I said, it's your storefront. So when people come to your Facebook, they want to be attracted to you. They join you. They don't necessarily always join just for the products or for the business. They join you. That's why they usually pick, the sponsor that they pick is for you. So try not to be negative. You can have, a little journal, or you can vent to your mom or your boyfriend or whatever, but, try to keep it positive on your Facebook and when you're, out and about with new people. So the secret to change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So when maybe there's people who just keep coming back. I know I've had people who like keep coming back with the skepticism over and over again. And like, I've done all I can do. I've told you what Plexus is, what the products are, and you keep coming back. So it's best for you just to stop fighting the old. Bless and release. They might come back. I've had people who come back after being so skeptical and join my team, or even, just order the products. So definitely don't like hold a grudge against those people or like completely drop them, but just bless and release, and stop focusing so much on the past, and just focus on those people who like are really interested and who are like ready to do this. Focus on building the new. So that was another little quote from The Secret, which is just the most awesome book ever. So that's pretty much all I've got on haters. I mean, there's not much you can do about them except for just don't let them get to you. What they want is to like push you over the edge where you quit, where you stop posting about Facebook. That's what they want. Don't give them that satisfaction. Just, delete the comment, message them, be as mature and positive as possible, and don't let it affect your business. Like maybe give it 5 minutes and then like move on and just erase it from your brain and continue with your DMO, with your IPA, whatever you were doing. Just give it 5 minutes and then move on. So on to the next part is objections. So not everyone, but a lot of people will have objections, whether it's cost, whether it's that this is a pyramid scheme, whether it's they don't want to sell anything and they don't want to spam people and be annoying. There's always, some sort of objection. Most of the time, some people will just like see the vision immediately and go for it, which is awesome. But there's objections sometimes. So the first one is the cost objection, because especially, for younger people, that's usually a number one objection that people have is the money. So what you do in that scenario, what I would do in that scenario is to break it down into how much it costs a day. If they say, that's too expensive, you can say, well, I mean, how much too much is it? What would your budget be like for supplements? And if they say, like if you're talking about just the slim, they want to do just the pink drink, that's $80 as a preferred customer. If they say, well, I'm only really looking to spend $50 as, for my supplements, my health stuff, then you say, okay, I totally understand that. What about, what if you tried this, if you were able to give up, 3 or 4 trips to the drive-through, or, to Starbucks, or whatever your vice is, if you could give that up, that would free up a little bit of money right there that could cover it. And if that doesn't, if they're still like, no, I want to keep getting my Starbucks, I don't think that'll happen, then you can obviously offer something else. Most of our supplements are under $35, except for the Slim, which is, $79.99 as a preferred customer. So break it down and be confident. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee with a 1% return rate. So they really don't have anything to lose. We obviously are extremely confident in our products for a reason. So always fall back on that 60-day money guarantee if they are still objecting with the cost. And, if you just have to say, I totally understand, let me know when it's a better time for you, and I'm always going to be here. Don't try to push it and say, yeah, you can't afford this. How, it's so worth it. Don't push that, because you don't know what people's budget really looks like. You don't know for sure what they spend their money on. So try to be understanding, listen to them. You want to, grow this is relationship marketing. So listen to them, ask them questions, ask them, what are their vices? What do they spend money on? What would this amount of money and fixing all of these issues, whether it's energy, sleeping badly at night, stomach issues, headaches, all of these issues that Plexus could fix. What would this chunk of money each month, how much would you spend to fix all of those problems? Just try to listen to them and put it into perspective. And just always fall back on that money back guarantee, because you can literally try Accelerator 1 month and then send it back with an empty bottle 59 days later. And then next month, try Block for 59 days and send it back. So we're obviously very confident in our products, so you don't ever have to defend them, or just always fall back on that, because that's awesome. The second one is a big one also. People tend to think that this is a pyramid scheme. A lot of them probably don't understand that pyramid schemes are actually illegal, and that's just, I mean, Plexus is a pretty big, it's getting to be a big name now. It's backed by Morgan Stanley, an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Like, this is not a pyramid scheme. People will think that because a lot of the time, a big portion of the time, people go into network marketing, they think it's going to be a get rich quick thing, and then they quit. So all these people are like, okay, I've seen so many people join this, and then they quit posting about it. It obviously doesn't work, and it's obviously a pyramid scheme, right? So that's pretty much where they get that idea from. So you got to reiterate, it's backed by Morgan Stanley. This is not a pyramid scheme. Obviously, the people who work hard will go to the top, just like with any entrepreneurship. So it's not an easy thing. A lot of people think it's easy. I just, post a little post and text my friends all day and become a millionaire overnight. And that's not how it is. It's definitely work. You have to be committed to it. And Plexus does things the way they should be done, but rarely are. And that's one of our mottos. So definitely not a pyramid scheme. They can look it up. It's illegal. Pyramid scheme has no product. It's just a rope in to spend money for nothing, for no reason. Plexus has, yeah, exactly. It's so many people. That's why as you go up, like silver, gold, senior gold, the percentage of ambassadors who are at that rank, it gets smaller because it takes more work to get up there. So that's what people see. They see, oh, wow, there's so many people who are not at the top. Obviously, that's a pyramid scheme. But the reality is that those people at the top worked harder. They got more no's, and they just never quit. And a lot of people do quit, unfortunately. So the next one is I don't want to sell stuff, and I don't want to spam my friends. And that's my favorite one because I certainly don't think that I sell stuff or spam my friends at all. Lots of companies, you'll see them posting like graphics with the prices of their stuff on it with like 40% off, all this crazy stuff. That's selling. You're saying, here's this product, here's how much it is, come buy it from me, right? And I posted yesterday a post I did on Instagram about Block that was like just so embarrassing. It was like 2 years ago, and it was like when I first started, I posted a picture of the block, and I was like, how would you like to block 48% of sugars and starches? Here's the block. And I was like, message me, email me, here's my ambassador ID. That is selling right there. So I obviously stopped doing that. What we want to do in Plexus is just simply share your journey, share your passion for Plexus, share why you love network marketing, why you love these ingredients, what they can actually do. I love sharing articles and like unrelated medical stuff that reiterates the fact that blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation is so important. I just share that stuff with people. Literally, I just share it on Facebook, and I share it, when I'm out with friends or family. We don't sell. I don't say, yeah, you want to buy the pink drink from me right now? Here's a whole bag in my purse. Fork over $80. No, that's not how it is. You explain to them what it can do. You share your story with them. They go to your website, and it ships right to them. It's simply not, it's not selling. And you have to think about those other companies and think about when you are looking at Facebook, what kind of posts do you see and think, oh, that's annoying, scroll past that? Or think about those posts and just think about how you don't want to be like that. You want to be as yourself as possible. You want to be as relatable as possible and just be you, be unique, and just share your journey along the way, no matter how small or big your testimony may be. Maybe you just slept really amazing last night for the first time in months or years. Just a simple post about how good you slept and how like refreshed you feel when you wake up, without even throwing, like, you don't even have to throw Plexus Slim in there. You don't have to throw the graphics and the labels and all that stuff in there. If you just share your journey with people, they're going to be like, wow, what are you doing? Is that really working for you? And they want to know more. So you don't have to, put Plexus on everything and post. Definitely don't be posting cost, and don't post your website. I don't think we're even allowed to like post our website on stuff like on posts anymore. So just stay away from that. That just immediately screams I want you to buy this from me. So don't post your website, and just be you and share your journey. So another, so basically the shield of honor, the Plexus shield of honor is basically all that stuff that I just said, that we have a 60-day money back guarantee. We're backed by Morgan Stanley. You know, we just bought a 90-year lease on an Indian reservation. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're confident in these products. If you don't like them, you can get your money back. That's how confident we are. So always wear that shield of honor, no matter what they're saying or what knives they're trying to throw at you. Wear that shield of honor and just stand firm in your why, stand firm in your belief in Plexus, because they'll be able to tell if they are like weakening you, if they're getting to you. They'll be able to tell, and that's what they want to do. So don't let that happen. Try to be as confident as possible. And the way that you can build that confidence is watching the Diamond documentaries, watching the product videos, like I said, reading those articles about blood sugar and gut health that are completely unrelated to Plexus. They have no ties to Plexus whatsoever. Looking at the clinical studies that we did that are like living proof. It was a double-blind study. So neither of the groups of people knew what they were getting, but the people who were getting the Plexus lost weight, and there's proof right there in the back office. So those clinical studies are really awesome. So you have to wear that shield of honor at all times. So the other way to handle objections is with the feel, felt, found method. A lot of Diamonds and Jewels will talk about this, and I like to do this, but I like to make it my own, like how I would talk normally, because, you know, people can tell when you're not talking like yourself, you know, like when you're kind of putting on a show, like, and when you're trying to be salesy. So don't be salesy and just talk like yourself. But if someone says, like, I just can't see myself spending that much money on this stuff every month, like, I just can't see myself doing that. And what I would say, and I'm being honest, you have to be honest, being honest, I would say, you know, I know how you feel. I felt that way at first. I was 18 or 19 when I started these products. I didn't have a lot of money to my name, but I knew that I needed to feel better. I knew that I just was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. So what I found was that after a couple weeks or months or however long it took you, for me, it only took a couple weeks to feel awesome. But what I found was that after a couple weeks, I felt so amazing, and I just couldn't imagine going back to what I was feeling like, you know, that month or two before that, because I was miserable. So use the feel, felt, found method. You want to relate to them like you want them to know that you know where they're coming from, because before we started Plexus, we all probably had some reservations, some doubts maybe about the money, some doubts about the business. That's normal because it's such a new thing, and it's such a it's crazy to think about the potential of what could come from this business. But so we all had those reservations. So try to relate to them as much as possible. Feel, felt, found. You don't have to say those exact words, but let them know that you know how they feel, you know where they're coming from. But after so long, however long you've been on the products, or, you know, however long you've been doing this business, what you've found from doing it, and how that's completely changed and flipped around those objections that you had before. That works really well. And some turnaround statements that you can use when someone is, you know, telling you their objections are, I see that you're hesitant. Is there anything else that I can answer for you? Or is there anything else that I can show you or help you with that would help you to understand a little bit more? Another one is that certainly makes sense. However, so if they were to say, I'm good with just working out and eating healthy, I'm going to lose weight that way. You could say, that certainly makes sense, but however, or that certainly makes sense. However, I struggled with my weight and with eating issues and body image issues for so long that when I started Plexus and when I got my blood sugar regulated and I got my gut healthy, I had the willpower to not look at food the way I was looking at it before. I had the willpower to eat healthy things that are going to fuel me. I finally had the willpower to say no to junk food when it was in my face. I finally, I finally just, it was different for me. That's how it was for me, at least. I always tried the latest diets and cardio queen all the time, but it never clicked with me. It never worked for me. So always, reiterate that you know where they're coming from, if you do, because most of the time you probably do. Another one is, I appreciate your concern. So if they're saying, this is a pyramid scheme, you're another one of those girls, I can't believe you did this, you can say, I appreciate your concern, but this is not a pyramid scheme. This is a completely legal company backed by Morgan Stanley, and this is my business, and I'm really happy about it. Bye. Be confident and just use these statements that they kind of turn it around on them, and put the ball back in their court instead of putting it all on you and making you feel like overwhelmed, which is what they're trying to do. And then another one is if they're struggling with the money issue, if you say, money aside, outside of money, what is holding you back from doing this? Most of the time it's going to be like time. They don't have time to take the supplements, or they can't see themselves like really prioritizing and taking them at the right time. A lot of people have said that to me. Or it'll be time with the business. I don't have time to do this business like you. I barely have enough time to, take a shower because I'm a mom. I know how that is. Like sometimes I feel like I don't have time. But the way Plexus is that you can make your own schedule and you can do what works for you. So usually money aside, once you get that out of the way and you're able to understand like the deeper like doubts or fears that they have, and you're able to kind of like break through that money barrier, because a lot of people will just say, I can't afford it. No, can't afford it. Not going to happen, but really there's usually like a deeper thing going on. Sometimes it is just money and they do really want to do it and they can't. But when it comes to like the business, a lot of the times there's, a little bit of a deeper meaning behind why they say they can't do it. So say if it's money aside, or if maybe it's not money and it's, they don't have the time, what's holding them back? And then if they say nothing, then you focus on the time and you explain to them how you make it work. You explain to them that you're busy, because I'm sure most of us are pretty busy. You explain to them how to make it work when you don't have a lot of time, and then how you can have a lot of time later on if you do make this work. And then another thing from The Secret, it says, expectation is a powerful force. So basically the whole movie and the book is about like expecting things to come to you. You're expecting like, say like you had a really bad day and like the next day starts and you say, this day is going to be amazing. I'm going to get so many new customers and so many new people coming to me today talking about Plexus that are interested in this opportunity. You're speaking those things out into existence. You're expecting them to happen. So the same thing goes for when you're talking to someone who's a potential and maybe they say, maybe, I'll think about it. What you need to say is you need to expect it to happen, and you need to say, okay, I'm so excited to talk with you more. I'm so excited for you to start these products. You are going to feel so amazing. I know you're going to love it. You need to expect that to happen. Speak it into the universe, speak it into them, because they don't want to hear, oh, well, I hope you change your mind. I hope you end up trying them. Like they don't want to hear that. They want to know that this is what they're supposed to be doing. So you need to reiterate that, and you need to expect the sale, but don't focus so much on the sale. Focus more on them. Focus more on, letting them know that this is gonna be awesome for you. Use that belief that you have so much in yourself, and then, share that with them. Say, I know this is gonna work for you. I know this is gonna give you so much energy. It's gonna be just what you're looking for, because it totally was for me. So I know that it could be that for anyone else who tries it, if they stick to it. So that was a lot. I took a lot of notes. So basically, I dealt with this personally, like this week. People, even sometimes it's the closest people in your life for some reason, like your family or your like closest friends, like from high school or whatever. Sometimes it's those people that are like the most negative towards your business or like the products. For some reason, I'm not sure why that is. I haven't really figured it out yet, but sometimes it is those people. And like I've found that through Plexus, I've made so many positive friendships, like so many friendships that are encouraging and inspiring and uplifting, like everything that I didn't have in high school, I found that through Plexus. So how I feel is like I don't hold a grudge against any of those people. You know, if they don't want to be a part of this, that's fine. But this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to be a part of. This is what I am a part of. This is a part of me. Like, if you want to, you know, stop hanging out with me and you want to be like that, that's okay, that's fine. But it doesn't have to be like that. But this is what I'm doing, and no one else is going to change my mind. Like, there's literally no one. I don't know about you guys, but there's no one on this earth, nobody on this earth that can tell me that Plexus doesn't work or that I'm not going to be a diamond, because I am, whether it's this year or next year or when I'm 25 or when I'm 30. Even if I'm 30 when I turn diamond, like, I'll be set for life with residual income. And now that I know about residual income and how amazing this business model is, there's really no one that can ever convince me that it's not real or it's not going to happen. So let me stop recording.